Have you ever wondered why some real estate investors build massive wealth while others struggle for years? Are you in a similar situation where you are trying to make real estate investing business work? What I've learned over the years that it usually comes down to one thing, which is rules. Not luck, not timing, not even how much money successful investors start with. The investors who survive market crashes, tenant problems, bad economies, and rising interest rates are the ones who follow proven principles over and over again. And the good news is that most of these rules are simple. But simple does not mean easy. Now, I do want to talk about the cost of procrastination. The sooner we fix our problems, the sooner we will start living a fulfilled and happy life, right? Isn't that the reason why we get into the business of real estate investing in the first place? In today's video, I'm going to break down the 10 golden rules of becoming a successful real estate investor. These are timeless principles used by wealthy investors for generations. If you follow them consistently, you give yourself a massive advantage in building long-term wealth, cash flow, and financial freedom. So whether you own 0 properties or already have a portfolio, this video is going to help you think like a real investor. Also remember, I'm just like you. I also sit and analyze deals just like the way you do it at home. I also ponder and think over the same way you do. I also try to implement these rules in my business. So let's get started. Hey everyone, if you don't know me or are new to my channel, my name is Vikram Chopra. I was an investment banker turned broker in the greater Charlotte metropolitan area where I invest and assist other investors reach their financial goals through real estate investing. Rule number 1. Buy for cash flow, not emotion. One of the biggest mistakes beginner investors make is buying properties emotionally. They buy a house because it looks beautiful. They buy a house because they would personally live in there. They buy because the kitchen has marble countertops and because the backyard looks amazing. But successful investors ask a different question. Does this property make me money every month? That's it. Look behind me. I have 3 properties in this complex. Does it look beautiful? Far from it. Would I personally live here? Probably not. Do my properties make a positive cash flow every month? Absolutely yes. Real estate investing is a business. A profitable rental with average finishes is usually better than a gorgeous property that loses money every month. Cash flow is what protects you during difficult times. Cash flow helps you survive vacancies. Cash flow helps you survive repairs. Cash flow helps you survive everything else, even economic downturns. A property that produces positive monthly income gives you options and stability. A property that depends entirely on appreciation is speculation. This property is doomed. Do not speculate. Now, appreciation is great, but appreciation alone should never be your only strategy. The best investments usually combine monthly cash flow and long-term appreciation, along with loan down payments, tax advantages also. If the property cannot survive without future appreciation, you, my friend, may be taking unnecessary risks. Smart investors buy numbers. Average investors buy emotions. Always remember that. Rule number 2, location matters. You've heard the phrase before, location, 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 and even today, it still matters tremendously. But here's the key, good investors do not just buy in popular locations. They buy in locations with strong fundamentals. You want areas with job growth, population growth, infrastructure development, landlord-friendly laws, strong rental demand, low crime, expanding business. People follow jobs. That's why millions of people are moving to Charlotte. And real estate follows people. If any area is growing economically, there's usually more housing demand. That can mean higher rents, lower vacancies, better appreciation, easier resale value. Many investors lose money because they buy cheap properties in declining areas. Cheap does not always mean good investment. Sometimes cheap is a cheap for a reason. I'm standing here. No one is troubling me around. I'm not scared. Thus, it is an okay place to invest. Let me ask you, can you stand like this in South Chicago? Definitely not. I wouldn't invest there. Instead of chasing the lowest price, focus on the strongest long-term area you can afford. A decent property in a strong market often outperforms an amazing property in a weak market. The market matters, the neighborhood matters, the economic future of the area matters. Successful investors study cities the same way stock investors study companies. That's why investing anywhere in and around Charlotte is a sure bet, sure winning bet. No matter whom you listen to, almost everyone will tell you that Charlotte is the place to invest for real estate investing. By the way, if you are a beginner or an investor and are looking for guidance on how to get started in real estate investing, feel free to book a 20-minute phone call with me. Link in the description below. We can go over the numbers together and can come up with an actionable plan. Rule number 3, never over-leverage yourself. Never. Debt can make you rich in real estate, but too much debt can destroy you. One of the golden rules of investing is surviving long enough to win. Many investors fail because they become too aggressive. They buy too many properties too quickly. They use risky loans. They have no reserves. And then one bad event wipes them out. Maybe the interest rates rise, maybe the tenants stop paying them rent, maybe the repairs explode, maybe the economy slows down. Real estate is powerful because of leverage, but leverage is like fire. Use it very carefully. It can help you build wealth. Used recklessly, it can burn everything down. Successful investors prepare for the worst case scenarios. They keep reserves. They maintain a healthy cash flow. During COVID, almost everyone refinanced, which is good, provided you invest that money into something else. A friend of mine here in Charlotte did the same. He had more than $1 million sitting in his bank account. When I asked him, did he invest that money? He goes, man, everything has become so expensive. Which is true. But well, why did you refinance then? So you need to be careful. You never want to operate from desperation. Financial breathing room creates better decisions, and in real estate, survival is everything. Rule number 4, screen tenants like your life depends on it. You know why? Because it does. A great tenant can make your investment feel effortless. A bad tenant can turn your life into chaos. I'm not going to even lie. I have suffered so many times because of bad tenants. Many beginner landlords focus heavily on buying the property, but they ignore the tenant screening part of it. That's a huge mistake. The tenant is the engine of your real estate business. Good tenants pay on time, take care of your property, stay longer, create less stress. Bad tenants, on the other hand, Jesus, oh my God, they will give you so much stress that you'll start crying. And you know what? No one is perfect. A tenant in one of my homes gave me nightmares, and I did verify everything. No telling when you have to deal with the devil. Successful investors create strict systems. They verify income, employment, credit, rental history, background checks, and most importantly, they stay consistent. One emotional decision can cost thousands of dollars. Never lower your standards because you are desperate to fill in a vacancy. Vacancy for 1 month is often cheaper than a nightmare tenant for 1 year. Great tenant selection can dramatically improve your investing experience. If you're planning to invest money in real estate, go ahead and book that free 20-minute phone call with me. We can look at your deal together. Rule number 5, think long-term always. Real estate rewards patience. This is not usually a get-rich-quick business. Most wealthy investors do not become rich overnight. I am in this business since 2011, and I can tell you I am not rich. Just like you, I have a job and I'm running around like a headless chicken all day, every day. Monday to Friday, I have to work. Evening and weekends, I'm almost always doing something related to real estate. Every time you buy or sell, you pay so much in fee. You want to avoid that. You become 100% sure of what you're buying and then just hold on to it for the next 30-40 years. Eventually, the house will be paid off. That's when you will start seeing some serious cash. Everyone becomes wealthy by holding quality assets for longer period of time. Time does several amazing things in real estate. Rents rise, loan gets paid down, inflation works in your favors, property value always often increases, equity grows automatically. Many investors lose because they constantly chase shortcuts. Do not do that. Markets go up, markets go down, interest rate change, fear comes and goes, but long-term ownership of quality real estate has historically created tremendous amount of wealth. Think about it, a 30-year fixed mortgage eventually disappears, but the property can keep on generating income forever. That is incredibly powerful. Patience is one of the most underrated wealth building tools in real estate. Rule number 6, learn the numbers. Real estate is not just about houses, it is about math. You do not need to be a genius, but you absolutely need to understand numbers. You as an investor should know how to analyze cash flow, cap rates, cash on cash returns, expenses, vacancies, repair cost, property taxes, insurance, financing, cost. Disciplined investors run numbers before emotions. You need to know your actual operating expenses. Back when I started, I for sure underestimated maintenance, I underestimated vacancies, capital expenditures, repairs, and I kept wondering why the property doesn't make me any money. Why is it losing money? Always buy based on realistic projections, not optimistic fantasies. The numbers will always tell you the truth. Learn them, master them, and they will protect you from expensive mistakes. Rule number 7, build a great team. Real estate investing is rarely a solo game. The most successful investors surround themselves with quality people. A great contractor can save you thousands. A bad contractor can create disasters. Your network matters enormously, and relationships matter in real estate. Sometimes the best deals never even hit the market. They come through relationships. Successful investors build reputations for being professionals, honest, and easy to work with. People want to do business with reliable investors like yourself, and over time your network becomes one of your biggest assets. So if you need some help, guidance, go ahead and book that free 20-minute call with me. Link in the description below. Do not underestimate the power of good relationships. Rule number 8, control your emotions. This rule separates professionals from amateurs. Real estate can be emotional. Man, I can tell you, I have cursed so much because of a million things that went wrong. There will be stressful moments, and emotional decisions often become expensive decisions. I always try to find solutions to the problems. Even then, sometimes it seems impossible. Successful investors stay calm and logical. One of the biggest advantages you can develop is emotional discipline. Real estate wealth is often built by people who can steadily remain calm while others become agitated. Rule number 9, always keep learning. The real estate market changes constantly. Interest rates change, laws change, strategies evolve, technology changes, and successful investors continue to evolve, continue to learn throughout their careers. So many times I've asked my wife to help me with this new software that I haven't yet figured out. It is not easy. You will need to read books, study the market, listen to experienced investors, learn how to analyze deals regularly. And most important of all, learn from all the mistakes that you make. The best investors are usually lifelong students, and the more knowledge you gain, the more opportunities you begin to see. Never stop learning, never. Rule number 10, take action. This final rule may be the most important one of all. At some point, you must act. Many people spend years watching videos, reading books, watching the perfect timing, analyzing every scenario, but they never buy anything. Perfection, my dear friend, does not exist in this world. I am far from being perfect. Every deal has some level of risk. Every market has uncertainty. Every investment has imperfections. Successful investors are not fearless. They simply take calculated action despite uncertainty. That's why if you have questions, doubt, concerns, go ahead and book the 20-minute free phone call with me. Link in the description below. Everyone needs experience, and experience only comes from action. Your first property will teach you lessons no book can fully teach. Your first tenant, your first repair, your first negotiation, your first closing. That experience builds confidence, and confidence builds momentum. Inaction creates regret. So, those are the 10 golden rules to becoming a successful real estate investor. Let's quickly recap. Buy for cash flow, not emotion. Location still matters. Never over leverage yourself. Screen tenants carefully. Think long term. Learn the numbers. Build a great team. Control your emotion. Always learn. And lastly, take action. Real estate investing is not about getting lucky. It's about consistently making smart decisions over long periods of time. The investors who win are the most disciplined people. If you can follow these golden rules, you dramatically improve your chances of building long-term financial wealth and freedom through real estate investing. You only need to start with one good decision. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it, subscribe, and comment below which golden rule you think is the most important one. And I will see you in the next video. So until next time, this is Vikram signing off. Good luck, goodbye, and go earn your freedom by buying more investment homes with lower interest rates.